welcome to my channel, Keely Talks. I'm sorry I'm late. Obviously, that the trial today went on a bit later, and I was trying to write and catch up, and I was like about 20 minutes behind everybody else as well. So I'm gonna do my recap. I normally before I do my recap, I normally shorten the notes that I've written so I can fit it in faster. But today I've not been able to fit it all. I've not been able to shorten them all because um, I've been catching up with everything, and my arm's killing now. But today's been such a long day with the trial. I don't know if anyone else thinks so. By the way, guys, your boy Gary has sent me the video on Boys of Pain, and he said I can play it on here. So let me know if you'd like me to play Gary's song. And for anyone who's not already, oh hey son, oh I said hello to everyone. Let me say hello to everyone whilst I'm waiting for that. Hello Sean B, hey Issa, hey Eco Spice, hey Snow Queen, and we've got Sandy here as well. And I think I said hey to Eco Spice. Let me see if I can get this video file up before we start our recap of today. Hey KK. Oh, it's okay, KK, I understand. I'm totally knackered myself, love. Let me share this video of our Boys of Pain, you guys.
What the hell is this? Oh, God. I'm so tired, but I just can't seem to get no sleep, because there's something nasty in between my sheets. What the hell did she do to me this time? Oh, what the hell did she do to me this time? Oh, Amber, should I call you Amber Ways of Pain? Drive around, no pants on, what a shame. Stealing people's toilet paper, that's lame. You can use the verdict from the UK. Oh, my Amber Ways of Pain. You tried to ruin Johnny's name. Now he's gonna go to court with you, and you can never tell the truth. You'll get locked up in those chains. I hope you get locked up in those chains. Enjoy being locked up in those chains. Oh, my Amber Ways of Pain.
Guys, by the way, I don't have a clue why my internet is being so bleeding annoying today. What's up, Kitty? I just fed you. So he goes like, I thought it was me reload, didn't help that. Can I ask you all for some big smushy hugs today? I'm not dealing well with having to put, I'm so broken right now. Sending you love, Snow Queen. If anyone, I don't know how you guys do, but if anyone who watches this recap, and you want to see the proper, like, unglitchy version of this video, go and check out my my love's channel, your boy Gary, and it's in the description of this video. and you go subscribe to him. Got to get into 1,000 subscribers. Let me let the cat. Oh, I think he wants a drink. Why do you have to wait until I start to do scratch? I feel dead unprepared, guys, because I normally have all my notes in order, and I've got them partly in order, so we'll get through the what I've got in order, and then the rest of it I'm gonna have to pinpoint what I've written down, because there is so much that I've written down today from Debbie Lloyd. Like, I can't even deal with it. And most of everything is just her saying how much she didn't recall with everything. Just 1 second, guys. There we go. Okay, so today started off with Dr. Kipper in the court. The Johnny Depp's team wanted to let the court and obviously the court wanted to let the jury knew that the last part of Dr. Kipper's deposition was by Amber Heard's team. They then referred to a text from July 5th, which was to Dr. Cohen, and a text in July 24th from Depp about AH being condescending in an argument using hippie talk. Because she had been seeing a doctor, and like she was using very condescending talk towards Johnny. He was questioned about payments, about Johnny missing payments, and Dr. Kipper said he doesn't recall how long Depp didn't pay him for, but it all turned around in the end and sorted itself out. Oh, I'm sorry, Snow Queen, sending you love. Dr. Kipper still works for Depp, he's still employed by Depp to this day. And he discussed Depp's diagnosis, what he diagnosed Depp with, which is primary dopamine imbalance, ADHD, bipolar 1, depression secondary or above, insomnia, chronic substance abuse, and chronic reflux. Dr. Kipper said that Debbie saw Depp daily in his detox. And he also said that when Johnny Depp was having his detox on the island, that Dr. Kipper stayed in a year. He said he's seen no injuries on AH on the 17th of the 8th or the 18th of the 8th. He's seen no bruises. He never seen Depp or Heard abuse each other on the island. Dr. Kipper also said that Amber comes from a long drug abuse. Yeah, her family has a history of drug abuse, and she was extra sensitive to Johnny Depp's behaviours with his substance abuse, and she got triggered by it. On here as well, it says that Amber Heard's nurse, Erin Borum, however you pronounce it, never treated Amber for DV, and AH never said to her nurse that Depp abused her. Now, I've got here where I thought that I need to read something about the Australia incident, so I'll just get that up quickly. So much, guys, in today. Like a bleeding quarter of a book or something. Right, where are we? Okay, Australian Sun, which was March 2015. Debbie Lloyd, the nurse, was already there, and Amber was with Depp as well. Dr. Kipper said he saw him the day after he arrived in his home for about an hour. He said he's seen the home and he recalls security team around the house, 2 to 3 people. He said he was notified of Johnny Depp's injury by a text message, and he went straight there with Debbie. Depp was already outside with security sat in his car, and he examined Depp in the car. Depp told him what happened to him, and Kipper attended to him for 30 minutes, and then they went to the emergency room. Dr. Kipper cleaned his wound to the best he could in the car, and after the emergency room, he didn't return back to the house. Before they left the emergency room, Dr. Kipper said he did go in the house after seeing Depp before the hospital, so he instructed someone to find the tip of Johnny's finger. They found it, the chef found it in the kitchen area. He said he saw her, she was upset, but she didn't seek medical attention. He saw no injuries on AH, no bruises, no swollen face, no cuts on arms, and he can't recall how her feet were. He would have documented if he saw injuries or. He said he saw broken glass, but he didn't know where it was from. He said he saw blood around the home, but it wasn't on any glass. It was in the kitchen where the finger was. Then fast forward to where are we here? Fast forward, apparently Amber had a headache, and then she rang the office of the doctors there. She rang about an headache, and she said she bumped her head 2 days ago. She had a physical examination on the 17th December 2015. Nurse Monroe gave a physical examination. There was no physical injuries documented. There was a concussion check performed, and there was none indicated. Kipper didn't see her himself, but he did speak to Mr. Tinker on the same day. It was Monroe. And then going forward to August 8th, 2016, Dr. Kipper received an email off Amber Heard requesting medical records of December 2015. She requested them same records where she had a headache and went to get a physical examination. Dr. Kipper said that he never witnessed Depp being physically violent with anyone or AH. And Depp never said to him that AH was abusive, and he did state that he never witnessed any kind of physical abuse. Then we got on to Debbie Lloyd. Right, Debbie Lloyd, her I'm not going to go through it all because literally her deposition was like over 3.5 hours, and I was looking at the timestamps, and over the timestamps I think she started at somewhere like 11 a.m. and it ended in like at 7 p.m. at night. Like, poor girl, like literally all day doing that deposition. But we'll go over some of the points here. So Debbie Lloyd, she was a nurse for Johnny Depp to assist him with his addictions and for his emotional needs as well. She owned her own company, which Miss Borum worked for that company as well. Miss Borum was assigned to Amber Heard because Amber Heard was suffering with anxiety. Debbie said that she would take notes while she was with him. She would take her laptop with her. And she said that she was with him on the island each day. And she was staying only 5 to 10 minutes away in a year. Now, she's got quite a lot to say about Australia as well. I'll just make sure I'm on the right bit. Yeah. Okay. So Debbie said that she went to the house and Kipper went in first. His finger had been cut, so he got took to the emergency room. The house was a mess. She says she remembers writing on the wall, a smashed TV. She don't recall she saw Amber that day. She says she recalls looking for his finger in the down area where there was a pool table. She says, I did not find the finger. Ben did, the house manager. At hospital, Stephen, Johnny's assistant, and there was Malcolm as well. And there was a security guard. Ben brought the finger to the emergency room. She said she doesn't. There was a lot of I don't recall from. There was a lot of don't recall from Debbie lied, and a lot of people was getting annoyed by it. But anyway, she said she doesn't recall how he cut his finger. She said she was told different stories. One story she heard Amber threw a bottle at him, and another story she heard was that he slammed it with his phone. Debbie Lloyd was also asked about an incident in her notes where she wrote Johnny Depp shouted at her from behind the door, and it's showing it over text messages as well. And what happened was Johnny thought that it was his assistant banging on his door, and he shouted, "What?" And then he wanted everyone to go out of the house. And then when he realised it was actually her, he sent her a message and apologised to her, saying, I'm so sorry, I didn't know it was you. Debbie did say that she did attend the wedding. They then shown Depp's house in the Bahamas as well, and shown what it was like where he was staying when he was going through detox. Debbie stated that he experienced typical symptoms of detox when he was going through it. It was uncomfortable for him and stuff. Johnny Depp stated that he felt like Amber was interfering a lot and reporting things that were not true. It caused Johnny said that she was trying to interfere, and it caused tensions between the two of them. Debbie also noted many times where Amber was trying to start arguments and Johnny was trying to de-escalate it. And she also recollected on a time when they was trying to leave and Amber literally totally blocked the elevator so they couldn't go. Now a lot of that, guys, carrying, it goes on, and a lot of it is when her confirming these notes, and the majority of it she just says that she doesn't recall, so she doesn't recall it. I don't recall. And you could tell by some of the stuff that she would have recalled it if she actually just been straight up and honest about it. But she said it's like she was trying to keep this unbiased approach as well. Now going on to Sean Beck. Sean Beck is part of Johnny Depp's security team. He's been doing security with Johnny Depp for over 20 years. Before that, he was he was working in the sheriff's department, County. I've written it the wrong way around. But he worked there for 14 years, doing different roles in custody division, patrol division, and working on gang units and stuff. He said he had a bad traffic collision and he had a medical discharge. He started working for Depp in around 2006, so obviously it's just under 20 years there. I think he got his maths a bit messed up, but 2006, and he said he got employed fully, but he did do a few other bits as well. This is the bit that I've not shortened down, guys, so if I tell you stuff that's really irrelevant, I'm so sorry, because I don't have time to like go through it and hit the bullet point. I need like I'm gonna get when I next go out, I'm gonna get myself some highlighting pens so I can highlight. Hi Kerry, how are you? He says he's still part of the current security, and he does lead security. And there's also different security staff as well. There's Malcolm Connolly, Travis, Leonard Damien, Mark Gibbs and Starlin Jenkins. He goes on to talk about Jerry George, who was the chief of security for over 20 years and lost him to cancer. He said he's seen Depp have alcohol. It ranged sometimes. He'd seen him not have any at all, or he'll just have a glass or two. And he was very low key when he had a drink and just easy to get along with, easy going, and he'll go into that bit of a Jack Sparrow mode too. Too cool to steal. That was his words he used. He said he's seen him slightly intoxicated, but he's always very low key and easy to get along with, and handles alcohol a lot better than I would. He never witnessed him taking drugs, but he is aware that he does. Sean says he first met Amber in 2011/2012. She came over to Johnny's West Hollywood estate. He found her easy to get along with, smiling. He liked her a lot. He saw them frequently together 4, 5, 6 times a week. He became familiar with Whitney Hurd, Rocky Pennington, Iota White, and Josh Dray. Johnny was very warm and open to all of them, giving them whatever they wanted. From giving him apartments to letting him use his car. Sean talks about a time where he overheard Amber talking to her friends, and she turned around and said, "Oh, men are idiots, you shouldn't trust that guy." He says this was around 2012 time. He said he's seen a change from them being like a lovey-dovey high school couple to arguing more and more, and it'll escalate more and more and more as well. He said he has observed Amber drinking, but depending when he's seen her, she was drinking times that he witnessed. When he's seen her, she was drinking. He said the times he witnessed her intoxicated, he witnessed several arguments as well. He talked about an incident outside a pool area where he was reading a book, and he went to near the door and he could hear her shouting in a loud pitched voice, and she got louder and louder, and then all of a sudden he just heard music come on and it kind of like gone quiet. That was in 2012. He said on one occasion Johnny told him to take her to the penthouse from the West Hollywood properties so that she could calm down and cool off. And he said he told her, you can't keep doing this. He said she was crying, saying, "But I love him." He said there was also an incident, the fat ass, "Fuck you, Johnny, and you, Sean." And she threw a water bottle down the stairs in Johnny's direction, and he had to get him out of the way. He said, I would put him in the car and take him to the West Hollywood address. And then when he would take him back to go, after a few days or whatever, when he calmed down, when he would take him back to her, she would be there with candles lit and a bottle of wine open and a couple of glasses. And she would ask the security team to go and pick up meals from the restaurants that they liked. Hey, Lumps Anonymous. He said he never saw physical injuries on Heard. He has witnessed injuries on Depp. The first time was in 2014, when he seen his finger damage from the incident in Australia. And he said he also, in March 2015, he witnessed Depp with a swollen cheekbone / eyelid, and he's shown a picture of that at the trial. He said I took the pictures in case, this was his word, in case AH accused him of false allegations. And another picture where he had swollen cheekbone and redness. Oh, that's the same one. And in December 2015, they show another picture where he's got scratch marks around his nose, cheek and forehead. He was shown 3 pictures at this point. He said I took the photos in December 2015 to show proof he had injuries sustained in an altercation. He said he had a swollen cheek, scratched face, cut nose, bruise under the eye, scratches down face. And he never saw any similar injuries on Amber Heard. Amber never asked for help. Then they got into the birthday incident. He said Johnny had a meeting that went into the evening that night of her birthday party. He said I was with him and he had a meeting with Ed White at his old production office in LA. We drove to a solid Hollywood address so we could get something and then went to the penthouse. He was in a hurry but fine in himself and not intoxicated. She was having a dinner with her friends. We went in, Amber stood up. She walked towards Depp. She looked upset, but he said, sorry baby for being late. She gave him a hug and a kiss, told him to come sit down, sugar. And that was between 9 and 10 o'clock at night. Sean said he only went in there briefly to drop the bags down. And he was in the place where the security guards go for about an hour or 2, and then he was relieved by the night security, Travis McGivern. The next day, Sean went to his West Hollywood property because that's where he was. He didn't observe Depp having any injuries that day, but he does remember Depp's mum having health problems. She had been struggling with cancer for a long time. She had passed a month later. Depp told me he was very sad and mourning. Depp next saw Heard a month after, in his presence. He next saw her May 21st. We were at his West Hollywood address and Jerry Judge, and he wanted to go and get some stuff and talk to AH. We arrived somewhere between 7:15 and 7:45. When we first walked in, there was candles lit, a couple of wine glasses and an empty bottle of wine. Music playing from the speakers in the walls. Shortly after, they stood outside the door for approximately 10 minutes, maybe a little more or less, and then they walked down to Penthouse 5. He said Depp might have had a glass of wine in the car on the way there, but he definitely wasn't intoxicated. They stayed in the storage area of Penthouse 5 for around 10 minutes, and then they walked back down to outside Penthouse 3 where they heard Amber Heard screaming. So they ran in and she was shouting profanities. When she saw the two security guards, she looked really shocked and surprised. She said, "Is this the last time you?" She said, "This is the last time you're to do this to me." And Johnny said, "What are you talking about?" Jerry tapped JD on the shoulder and said, "We should leave." Amber had no injuries in that moment. Then they went back to Penthouse High, where Depp said he needed to look for something. In there was Josh Drew and a woman, and Depp said, get the fuck out of my apartment. They said okay and left. He looked around and couldn't find what he was looking for, so we left. Depp caused no damage to any of the penthouses, and Depp was never violent with Amber Heard. So guys, like I said, there is little bits that I've not gone over for today because that, like, Debbie Lloyd's deposition was so long. So if there's anything important that you think that I've missed out, please let me know. I know there's not many of you guys here right now, but if there's anything important that you feel like that I missed out, then please let me know. Jerry said we should leave Bath. Yeah, he did. He got him out of there, and I think that's amazing that they did. They got him out at the right time. I'm sorry you're down, Snow Queen. I am. I know that feeling too well, though. Oh god, like today's felt so long. Them video depositions, because it's so repetitive as well. I feel it's so repetitive. There was a point where I was like, I can't keep my eyes open here. Oh guys, I'm sorry you're having a hard time at the minute. And I'm sorry for your loss, Snow Queen. For anyone who doesn't recognise Snow Queen's name, Saba, who's in the chat, she changed her name a while ago. But if there's nothing you guys can think of, I'm going to end the stream because I need to go and get my head down. Like, we've got to do this all again tomorrow. When my kids go back to school on Wednesday, and I don't know how my recaps are going to go on because I can't be going to bed at this time every night. It's going to cause me to bleed in, be waking up late for school. I'm going to have to, what I think I might have to do is do my recaps the following morning. It's okay, Snow. Just thought I'd tell everyone. But what I was saying, guys, is I think, like, from Wednesday I'll do my recaps, like, the following morning, so it'll be like Wednesday's recap will be on Thursday morning, for example. And it's good in a way because it gets us back ready then for the trial day that following day, that same day. And then that's the only thing I can do because I can't stay up this. What was her name before? Snow Queen's name before was Saba. I remember. So like I was saying, guys, I'm going to do these recaps like the following day. Otherwise I'm just going to like be totally shattered constantly. Totally tired. Amazing Anonymous was Annie before she changed her name. Anyway guys, thank you all for coming on. I love you all to bits. And I will see you tomorrow night. Just so you guys know, regarding the card streams, just cracked my shoulder. Hopefully I'll be able to start doing them in the daytime this week as well. At a separate time I do my recaps. But I will be definitely doing them on a Saturday night. And then my members only streams are going to be on a Sunday. That's how I'm going to work around it. Anyway, I love you all. Good night, everyone. And I'll see you tomorrow. Only a little stream here, but thank God we've had our recap now. Today was a very long-winded day, I feel. Good night, guys. It is tiring, Nico, you're right. Anyway, night, everyone.